I wanted to start by expressing my views on an issue that I hold dear to my heart. In this day and age where disinformation may be more accessible than clean drinking water, it is important that I address what is going on in Ethiopia. As I have shared on prior episodes, I stand for a united Ethiopia. Any campaigns that encourage the collapse of Ethiopia deserve the proper energy. The TPLF terrorist organization group wishes to wreak havoc on innocent populations. This is the same terrorist group that held Ethiopia in a chokehold for nearly 30 years, dividing the country upon imaginary ethnic lines. The TPLF was able to hold on to power for an extended period of time because it had the backing of Western powers. And that's the truth of it. Now, more recently, hundreds of thousands of people within Ethiopia have been displaced as a result of unprovoked TPLF advances into regions outside of Tigray. This is not a war for liberation. This is not a war against genocide. Thousands of innocent people have been killed solely on the basis of their ethnic background, which is essentially the definition of genocide. The genocide of the Ethiopian people by the TPLF. See, the TPLF lacks a conscience. Although it claims it stands for the liberation of the Tigray people, it has forced children to fight on their behalf. Imagine the morality one must lack to send innocent children by threat of death to fight a war without a just cause. Imagine. Where is the attention that is being brought to those atrocities by the large media streams? The innocent people of Tigray are dying because a minority of bloodthirsty, self-interest-driven criminals wish to force their way into power. CNN, Al Jazeera, the New York Times, and countless other media companies that choose to willfully remain ignorant and spread disinformation. Understand this. Understand that your biased reporting and disinformation comes at the price of innocent lives. This is the livelihood of the Ethiopian people. There is a right and a wrong. This is not a subjective matter. Criticizing the national government of Ethiopia for not providing aid is incongruent in the truest sense. I've made this comparison previously. Imagine if the KKK, a group that wants to see only one group of people attain all of the power, attacked the national government of the US. How would it feel if foreign countries condemned the US for not providing the KKK with supplies and aid as the KKK continued to fight a war with the national government? Please explain the logic in that. Take, for example, the UN provided trucks that have carried aid into Tigray. Those same very trucks are now being used by the TPLF to transport their terrorist fighters. Where is the outrage? How is the national government being blamed for the TPLF diverting all of the aid that is being provided for the starving people of Tigray that want no parts of a war? I cannot stand by in silence as the livelihood of my country continues to be thrown in the balance by those without an understanding of its history. As Jeff Pierce once wrote, Ethiopia goes on because its people believe in it. And let me add, you can't curse what God's blessed. In due time, the truth will always prevail. Again, listen to me. In due time, the truth will always prevail.